G'day viewers and welcome to WAINGAFAT Wednesday, which is an acronym that means I'm going to tell you who am I not giving a fuck about today. And today, in the lead up to Australia's National Day, currently known as Australia Day, I'm not giving a fuck about anyone who's upset about the plans to change the name Australia Day to Citizen Day. You know why? Because it should be changed. The word Australia is inherently racist, symbolic of white people taking this country from the indigenous. And anyone who dares to express pride is a filthy, stinking racist. And they should just be cast out. They're the ones who should, when they say to bloody immigrants, fuck off, we're full, they're the ones who should go. Australia Day should be changed to Citizen Day because Australia Day, the name, is too offensive. And I must have made some heads explode by now. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble keeping a straight face. Well, I wonder how fast people can type comments and hit enter. Have they already gone, oh, I hate you, I hate you. Oh man, he was using irony. Damn it! Damn it! Caught me out. Yes, the reason I'm actually not giving a fuck about anyone who's upset about the concept of Australia Day being changed to Citizen Day, it isn't true, okay? It's not true this year, it wasn't true last year, it wasn't true for all the years this ridiculous bullshit has been cycled. It's... Jesus people, what is wrong with your memories? Do you not remember this controversy from before? It isn't true. There is no proposal. And simply because you probably could find someone of non-Anglo-Saxon extraction who thinks this should happen, and they do say really quite stupid, ignorant, bigoted things towards white Australians particularly, that doesn't make it any more true. All you've pointed out is a universal truth of humanity. Fuckwits exist everywhere. In every country, in every creed, in every skin colour. There are fuckwits. Personally, I'm quite happy that this people expressing pride doesn't mean racism, xenophobia or bigotry. A lot of people, in fact a lot of non-white people that I know have expressed outrage like, no, don't you start saying we can't have Australia Day. That's bullshit. Because, you know, this is the place in the world I would most like to live. If you gave me several $1 million, I would not uproot and move anywhere else. I'd probably travel for holidays, but for living, just personally, this is it for me. It's a very nice country. It's got a nice balance of opportunity, freedom, and a welfare state. I like it, okay? There's nothing wrong with liking where you are or being proud of where you are, wherever you are. But don't get sucked into stupid bullshit rumours, okay? Honestly, all the people who I'd seen on Facebook and Twitter going, ah! Like I've said before, the same time it took you to type your outrage, you could have typed it into a fucking search engine and found out it isn't true. Sigh! Oh, and speaking of things that aren't true, that I was slightly guilty, not slightly, completely guilty of perpetuating. It was an ad done by an Australian entrepreneur by the name of Dick Smith to promote his Australian-made and owned products, because a lot of the most popular products in Australia, many of which used to be Australian-owned and made, are now owned by overseas companies. So the profits go overseas, not Australia. And in fact, there are many cases where the product is now manufactured overseas. And he's been very big in a campaign for years now to have Australian-made and Australian-owned. He's made millions of dollars as an entrepreneur. He's a very successful man. He just believes in promoting the local economy. He's a bit of a showman, maybe a little crazy, and he did this ad that made a whole bunch of dick jokes, because that's his name, Dick Smith. One of his many things he started was a chain of electronic stores, which he actually sold at least the controlling interest in years ago, and all their ads for the last couple of years have been dick jokes. In fact, there's a link down there to an old video of mine from more than 4 years ago where the lights were out on the store sign at night, and it turns out they still haven't been fixed. It's deliberate. It doesn't... In the daytime it says Dick Smith Electronics, and at night the sign just says Dick. And I saw it when I was drunk, and it was really quite weird an experience. So, his ad, which I'll also link to you on YouTube, it didn't get banned. There's a lot of talk about it being banned, and it's not by the censorship board or the government. There's a voluntary advertising standards council, and they rated the ad PG, which controls what, by a voluntary code, controls what hours the commercial stations can put it on. He wanted to put it on during the news, the primetime evening news on Australia Day, and he can't because of this rating, and he's outraged. If you look at it, the number of dick jokes, one might suspect he was deliberately courting controversy just to get more and more people to know about it. If he does that, he's just a good entrepreneur, I suppose, because it's working. But no, the ad wasn't banned. And I guess that adding that into WAINGAFAT, because it's double for me. I don't really give a fuck that his ad has been limited in when it could be shown, because A, I think the provocation was deliberate, and B, I think the ad's probably going to end up being seen by more people and discussed by more people because of this than if it had just gone there. But also, if someone was actually upset and offended by the ad, I really don't give a fuck about you. You need to really get it together if a dick joke makes your head explode. The bit with the boat people might be in, a little bit more taste, but the focus seems to be on the dick jokes. And seriously, if you get upset at people just standing there saying how much they love dick, I think maybe you've got issues. And particularly, the high point is the sweet little old lady talking about the only dick she'll be eating on Australia Day. And really, isn't that what Australia Day is all about? Being free to eat the dick you want to eat, if that's what you want to eat. It's a free country, people, and if you're going to be uptight about shit, I don't give a fuck about you.